The story of Vichy France during World War II remains one of the most complex and controversial chapters in French history. After France's swift defeat by Nazi Germany in 1940, the country was divided, with the northern zone under direct German occupation and the southern zone governed by the Vichy regime, a government led by Marshal Pétain. The question that has echoed through decades is whether Vichy France's policies were acts of pragmatic survival or morally indefensible collaboration. The birth of Vichy France. Following the crushing defeat in June 1940, the French government sought an armistice with Germany. The terms divided France. Occupied zone, the north and west including Paris, came under full German military control. Free zone, the south remained nominally independent, governed from the town of Vichy by a new regime. Marshal Pétain, a revered World War I hero, was granted full powers and established an authoritarian government that rejected the Third Republic's democratic values in favor of a conservative, nationalist, national revolution. Collaboration, political and social dimensions. Vichy France adopted policies that often aligned with German demands, leading many to view the regime as a collaborator. Anti-Semitic laws. Vichy enacted its own racial laws, excluding Jews from public life and facilitating their deportation to Nazi death camps. Repression. The regime actively suppressed resistance movements and labor unions. Economic cooperation. Vichy provided resources and labor to the German war effort, including sending thousands of French workers to German factories. Police cooperation. Vichy authorities assisted in rounding up Jews and other undesirables, notably in operations like the 1942 Vel d'Hiv roundup. These actions stained the regime's legacy and caused deep divisions in French society. Arguments for survival. Supporters and some historians argue that Vichy's collaboration was a pragmatic attempt to preserve French sovereignty. By cooperating, Vichy hoped to maintain some autonomy and protect France from harsher German occupation. Avoid further destruction. They believed that compliance could spare France from devastation and loss of life. By time, some hoped to eventually aid the Allies covertly or wait for a shift in the war. Indeed, Vichy secretly maintained contacts with Allied forces and allowed some underground resistance to operate, but these efforts were limited and often risky. Resistance and division. Opposition to Vichy grew over time. The Free French forces, led by Charles de Gaulle from exile, rejected the regime and called for active resistance. Within France, various resistance groups emerged, sabotaging German operations and spreading Allied propaganda. Vichy's collaboration deeply fractured French society, pitting collaborators against resistors and complicating post-war reconciliation. Post-war reckoning. After liberation in 1944, France grappled with Vichy's legacy. Many officials were tried for treason, though some collaborators escaped justice. The nation underwent a process of epuration, purge, seeking to restore republican values. For decades, debates continued over whether Vichy was primarily a victim of circumstance or a willing accomplice. Vichy France's role in World War II sits at the uneasy crossroads of collaboration and survival. While the regime's actions aided Nazi Germany and inflicted suffering on many French citizens, some argue its leaders believed cooperation was necessary to shield the nation from total destruction. The moral ambiguities and painful consequences of Vichy's choices remain a powerful reminder of the complexities faced by nations under occupation.